Hey Mama, today we're diving into a crucial and often overlooked topic: how our past experiences with our own moms can shape our relationship with our daughters. Now, many of us carry patterns and triggers from the past, and today I want to explore how to recognize these triggers, understand the patterns, and adapt strategies for self-reflection to build a healthier bond with our daughters. Here we go.
If you are frustrated with how to get your teenage daughter to open up to you because all you want is to connect with her as you once did, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Jeannie Baldomero, a former rebellious teen, now mom of 3 young adults, educator, and the mom mentor, equipping you to create open communication with your girl so she can come to you about anything, even if she's scared. So grab your oat milk latte, breathe, and let's do this together. Okay, Mama, are you finding yourself feeling frustrated trying to figure out your girl in this stage and not getting far with maybe even asking some questions? She's just like a stone wall. Mouths are closed, or even just getting one-word answers, or maybe an attitude that you didn't ask for because you're simply asking a question just because you want to know more about her because she's not talking to you. You literally get one word or even a shrug or the silent treatment or maybe a roll of the eye. I get you. I honestly read many books to unravel this mystery of connecting with my once sweet little girl. What happened? Why all of a sudden she's a different girl? And then I even question, have I failed as a mom raising her? What did I do to deserve this? What if I said something that will cause consequences that maybe we won't have a great relationship? Or even worse, maybe I'm pushing her away enough that she'll not want to share with me again. Okay, maybe that was a bit dramatic, but really, who else thinks this way? I hope it's not just me. Mom guilt at its finest. And our teenage daughter has a great way of finding that mom guilt card and flashing it in our faces. So, you know what? I decided things needed to change. I couldn't get into that spiral, that roller coaster ride that my daughter was taking me on. Actually, my kids were taking me on. So I asked myself, what did I need as a young teenage mom? So I decided things are going to change. This kind of brought some traumatic experiences as a 13-year-old myself and what I had put my mom through, but I had to really dig deep and revisit that young Jeannie. I asked myself, what did I need as a young teenager? And go do that. I'm able to connect with my girl better than my mom did with me. And as a young adult now, she loves making connections, is brutally, and I say brutally, honest with me, with her feelings. But that's what I welcome. I want her to be open and trust me. We've done the work together by establishing a safe space for her to talk. And I want to help you do the same too, Mama. My Talk to Your Teen Girl framework allows me to walk you through a step-by-step actionable lessons that will help you create open communication with your daughter so that you can connect with her once again. You'll learn how to establish a safe space, learn how to respond to your daughter so she will feel heard and understood, as well as printable templates that allow you to guide your discussion so it's not as emotional as it can be and you get the conversation going. Let's do this together. Create open communication with your daughter so she can come to you even when she's scared. Head to talktoyourteengirl.com. That's talktoyourteengirl.com.
You know, speaking from my own experience as a mom raising kids, gosh, now young adults, I am guilty really of finding myself sounding like my mom. Or sometimes I like to pick on my mom and turn around and say, okay, grandma, meaning I'm reminding her that she's acting just like her mom, which I know gets under her skin. So I like to play with my mom with that. But for me personally as a mom, sometimes I hear my own mom's voice coming out of me, especially out of times of frustration and anger. I can hear her. I can hear the nagging. I can hear the expectation. I can hear the critical voice within me. And now I'm not blaming my mom 100% for how I choose to, react, but it is something that I want to talk about today, that we may be carrying some things into our motherhood that triggers us, that is a repeated pattern that we want to break. Maybe we're not necessarily aware of it, but today I want to be able to walk you through some of the points of why we might be pushing our daughters away, maybe because of our own experiences with our daughter. So I'm going to give you 3 points today. The first one is recognizing the triggers, right? This is the first step in breaking the cycle, is really to become aware of what triggers us. These are emotional responses that stem from the past experiences and often from our own childhood. So when we reflect on moments when we feel especially reactive, it's a touchy point and that reaction came out of nowhere, we can start to pinpoint what triggers those emotions. And one way to do that is by journaling or talking with a trusted friend, maybe your spouse. And doing those can be powerful tools in processing exactly what the trigger is and why it evokes such an emotional reaction. The second is understanding behavior problems. Once we recognize our triggers, the next is to understand the behavior patterns that develop over time. What am I doing from this trigger? What am I doing as a reaction to this trigger? These patterns can really manifest in how we respond to our daughters, sometimes without even realizing it, right? It's unintentional, but it could be hurtful. Like for me, it's critical words. It's meant to help, but my trigger is being critical with that person. Am I making them feel shameful for what they've done, or am I helping them with my words? Reflecting on past interactions and being honest with ourselves can really help us break free from those unhelpful cycles so that we can create healthier dynamics with our daughter, healthier reactions with our daughter, more helpful than hurtful. The third point is strategies for self-reflection, right? Once we know the triggers, once we can recognize our behavioral patterns, we want to self-reflect. It's the key to transforming these type of patterns, like mindfulness practices such as deep breathing or even meditating, just calming your system down, right, in heightened times. It can help us stay grounded in that moment. By taking a pause before reacting, it allows us to choose a more intentional response, right? We're not created to, in the Bible it says, be slow to be angry, slow to speak. The spirit, there is no spirit of self-criticism, right? It's a spirit of gentleness and kindness and compassion. And if we allow ourselves to pause before we react, get ourselves grounded into ourselves so that we're not acting out of this emotional reaction that we feel, this allows us to really give us a response that is more helpful, that is deepening your relationships. By seeking support, whether from a therapist or maybe a group of women, a supportive community can help you provide valuable insights and encouragement on how to do that. Okay, Mama, these are 3 quick points. I know it was a short episode, but I wanted to address these as I come across a lot of moms who are feeling terrible about their relationship with their daughters and are starting to recognize that it stems from their own traumatic relationship with their moms. So these are just 3 things that you can do right now to help you. If you feel like it's something you need more, I would highly recommend seeking help, either through a professional therapist or a community of women, supportive women that can help walk you through this, that are going through the same things or have gone through the same things. Okay, remember, Building a healthy relationship with your daughter starts with self-awareness and compassion for yourself. By recognizing your triggers, understanding your patterns, and embracing self-reflection, you're taking the powerful steps towards a more authentic and loving connection with her, right? You're not allowing this traumatic relationship to control you, but you're empowering yourself by recognizing these triggers. So keep moving forward with patience and kindness toward yourself, mama. Remember, it's okay to seek help, and it's okay to celebrate those small victories along the way. You got this, mama.
Hey friend, if this podcast inspired you or encouraged you or helped you in any way, I'd love for you to share it. You can screenshot this episode and share it in your stories on social media or text it to a friend who can use the support. It's the best way you can thank me. I want to let other mamas know they are not alone. I'd love to stay connected with you. You can find me at raisingherconfidently.com. Until next time, live full of grace, Jeannie.